Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. It's the In Wheel Time car talk show, and just ahead we have more all things automotive talk. Plus, Konrad's going to have This Week in Auto History and the cruise-in calendar, and we'll get you caught up on the stories making headlines this week. Howdy, along with David Ainsley, who's filling in for Mr. Mars this week, King Konrad DeLong. We always need more Jeff Dziekan. I'm Don Armstrong, and glad you could join us on this Saturday for our live broadcast. By the way, if you're listening on one of our podcasts later on in the week, we do this show live every Saturday, 8 to 11 a.m. Central Time. So you can get the latest and the greatest live and in living color on NBC.
No, not on NBC. On Smoke and Mirrors.
No, that's you're mistaking it
Bing,
for
bing,
the
bing.
No, not that one. That's the Nobody Cares television
Oh,
network.
okay.
That NBC.
Thanks, Tom.
You're welcome.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. We're waiting to get hold of Chad Chung. Hopefully he's going to call us, the Rims Are Us guy that I had a great time with. He's an eBay seller and right spot on. You know, you never know what you're going to get on eBay or anywhere else for that matter when you order something online, and especially when it comes to wheels. Let me tell you something. I had no clue the number of kinds
Choices
of wheels out there that are for sale.
I didn't even look at it when I came in.
They're not on
yet.
yet. They're not on. So
John's
I toted them over to John Gray over at Gulf Coast Auto Shield.
Mm-hmm.
Don, don't put them on the car. Let us have the wheels. Let us coat them for you.
Prep 'em.
And then you bring the car over when we call you, okay? And we'll change everything out. Great. We'll do that. But I haven't gotten that phone call yet.
But his coating is going to help the wheel or the dust from the brakes not adhere to the wheel.
Correct.
Which is a big issue with a lot of wheels.
Yeah. And so at any rate, we've got that cooking, and it's in the process. So I took the wheels over there on Monday in the Seltos and got them out of the car, and they stacked them up in the storage room. You know, we did the broadcast from there live last week, and, you know, the storage room that we use back there in the back of the shop. And it was interesting because before I left, I went up to St. John. I gave the wheels to Serene. She's got them, put them in the back. Okay, Don, hey, thank you very much. He had, I don't know, half a dozen people in his office wanting service.
That's what he does.
I know. And I didn't want to interrupt that. That's his bread and butter. But I'll tell you what, man, that guy's busy.
Yep.
Very busy.
And busy with, my opinion, an extremely high-end clientele.
Yeah.
There was a lot of high-end vehicles there. There's a lot of money in that shop.
Yeah. That one guy from the BMW group impressed me. You know.
Young guy.
Yep, very smart. And then there was the other guy, too, that I don't remember what car he had.
He was the guy building the Audi twin-turbo.
Yeah, that guy.
Yep.
Young guys that have done well for themselves one way or the other. And they are able – they're kind of like we were, except they've got money. We didn't.
We wanted to be.
We had style.
We had ingenuity.
Were you laughing at down there?
we were able to do things with a little money. You know, beg, borrow, and steal. We didn't steal, but we did have a group of guys that, hey, man, do you know somebody that's got a manifold, aluminum manifold for a
small block Chevy?
Yeah, well, yeah, that and a Holly. Well, yeah, it's all set up. You know, we got somebody that's got a Holly carburetor attached to a small block Chevy aluminum manifold, probably an Edelbrock or something like that, and he's wanting to sell it. Well, you know, put those two things together back in the day were three
$40 would have bought it.
Yeah, $300 or $400 new, and somebody wanted to sell it, and hey man, I'll take $100. Will you take $75? Yeah. Give him $75. That's how you did it back then.
$75 and a lid.
For you, that would be you. Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah, we didn't do that. No, we didn't trade for lids back then. But it was always fun, and then we'd all get together and help put. You had to go out and buy the gaskets though. At High-Low Auto. High-Low. Remember High-Low?
Or
We
competition
didn't have high-low.
plus.
We didn't have high-low. We had Western, and we had a independent.
You had
In fact,
Keystone.
No.
No?
We had, there was a guy I went to high school with. His name is Douglas Wood. His dad owned Gene's Auto Supply. And I went to school with Gene and his brothers and Todd Sheldon, who's now in Denver. We all hung out together, and we needed parts. We would go there and buy them.
Yeah. Well, High-Low was right there at the intersection of Willow Bend and Post Oak. And all of us were in there at some time or another. Yes, competition sales was around, but they were over in Spring Branch, and they dealt mainly with the manifolds and the carburetors. And then early on, I found Craig Bierman at Speed and Sport Chrome Plating, now
And,
Chrome
and the
Plating.
Doug headers.
Pardon me?
And the Doug headers.
Doug Thorley headers, yes. No, I didn't buy any of those because they were way out of my price range. For Craig, it was Hedman headers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he had stacked in the house, all throughout the house.
I had appliance headers on mine.
Appliance. I never heard of
Yeah,
appliance.
they're
headers.
just a low-end
Yeah.
header. Yeah.
Yeah, I had hookers on my Oldsmobile.
Yeah, well, you spent the big bucks.
No, I also had hookers on my SS396.
He had hookers.
Is there a difference between something like, Doug Thorley or hooker headers and Hedman headers? They're all made the same way.
Yeah, I don't know that there's a big difference. You can get tube size variation
Right.
depending
And
on what
thickness
you
of the
want to do.
steel, 060 or
Thickness
whatever,
of the
yeah.
steel, and then some of them would come wrapped, some of them would come coated. But, once you got them wrapped and coated, you were more than doubling the price of them.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we didn't do that. We'd buy used sets of headers
That were pre-rusted.
that and all
Broken
dinged
in.
up, or somebody had
Beat on them to get
beat on it to get it
That's the starter.
to clear the starter.
The bottom of them were already flattened out.
Yes, those. Whatever it took, we just made it work.
JB Weld on them.
JB Weld, yeah, good stuff back in the day.
Yep, if you owned a Quadrajet carburetor, you know what JB Weld was.
Yeah.
That's what you needed to fill those well plugs
Well,
up.
you had hookers
keep
and
them
lids.
from leaking.
Yeah, there's that. I'm thinking
Oh gosh, that's what I smelled.
this is that's right, burning like bad rubber tires. I thought that we would do our Hemmings.com sold
righty.
cars roundup.
Get ready, David.
And you know what's interesting is almost every week, one of the first cars on the opening page is a Cadillac.
Hello.
And I find it interesting. Now, Jeff,
There you go.
this is one for Kylie, his granddaughter.
Oh.
It's affordable, and she will be the talk of school.
All
She
right.
drives up in this. A 1975
I can see it in my mind.
Cadillac Fleetwood.
Oh, man.
She won't be able to fit it in the garage, but
It's going to need 2 parking spots.
yeah. But so, how much do you think that sold online at an online auction called
$6,000.
6,000?
I'll say 9.
9.
7,800.
7,800, right in the middle.
Okay. Well, it actually sold for $16,800.
Must
It
be in
looks
good
brand
shape.
new.
Yeah, it looks in good shape.
Yeah, 4-door. With looks like it has a vinyl roof, but I don't
Well,
know.
And it's bigger than a school bus.
Yeah, no doubt. Here's a 2004 Corvette that's a C5, and it sold for $29,400. All right, moving on to another Corvette, a 1999 Chevrolet Corvette Coupe. It also is a C5. What do you think? It looks like it has, well, I don't know whether it has 2 roofs, but at least they got the roof panel removed so you can see it. How much do you think a 1999 Chevy Corvette would go for? It looks clean. It's certainly not rusted, but we don't know how many miles
Corvettes
are
don't
on it.
rust. Yeah.
16.
16?
Yeah, I'll say 18.
Well, right in the middle. 17,325 is what it went for.
That's what David guessed.
Well, that was the. I think that was the Cadillac Fleetwood.
We didn't give him a chance to guess. That's
No, we
what
didn't.
it
Oh,
was.
got it.
I got excluded.
Here's another Cadillac.
All right.
This one's
It's a
little,
good day.
This one's a little bit newer. 1997 Cadillac DeVille, sedan DeVille.
23.
Don't base it on the other one that we did earlier.
I'll go 2,300.
79 or 97?
1997 Cadillac Sedan DeVille.
All right.
Beige.
Oh, that raises the price. Let's go 12.
I'll go 5.
Give me a 12.
5. Conrad is going to be
David?
almost the winner on that.
5 and 12?
Yeah, that's kind of spread. But so here it is,
8,000.
1997 Cadillac Sedan DeVille,
8,000.
beige, for $4,000.
Hold me back. Yeah.
71 Ford Mustang.
Ooh.
What would you pay for a 71 Ford Mustang? Looks straight. It's a white car with black stripes on it. I don't know anything about all of it. Looks like a GT something. And I will give you a hint that it is priced in that range of a GT.
31.
31. What would you say?
25.
$47,250. So it must be a really.
David apparently doesn't want to know your number.
No, I don't. I would have been way off.
I would have too. 1992 Jeep Wrangler.
Ooh.
I don't.
Stock wheels. and
Square
all.
headlights or round
No,
headlights?
I think it's got round headlights, is what it appears to be.
David, you go first.
Say that again. What was the?
It's a 1992 Jeep Wrangler. It's a two-door, obviously,
Yeah.
because they didn't make four doors back then. It's blue with the black cloth top.
9,000.
9,000. Conrad?
12.
12.
I was going to go right in the middle, 11.
7,500.
Oh.
But
surprised.
I am too. But the other thing is with those, you don't know how hard it's been beat.
Yeah.
Yes,
What's been
you do.
replaced?
It's been beat senseless.
At some point, but it's made to be beat. Now has it been wrecked or something? I don't know. This is a Stan Holt car, a 2000 BMW Z3.
Oh, cool car.
Stan had one of those.
Very cool car.
Yeah, he may still have it. I don't know. A 2000 BMW Z3.
Convertible.
Oh, yeah. It was a little hot rod. It had the six-cylinder in it, straight six in it. And
Great handling car. Great
Yes.
handling
Go-kart.
car. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a go-kart. This one is brown, medium brown. I know, just
That's
who
ugly.
Who would
That's
do that?
fugly brown.
Okay, well, how much do you think that 2000, which is now 23 years old, how much do you think that they got for that car?
18.
I'm
18.
thinking 21,000.
30,000.
$13,545, and it looks clean.
It's,
A lot less than I thought.
we don't call it medium brown. We call it root beer.
Yeah, well, it's not really dark enough to be root beer, I don't think.
Cream soda.
1993 OJ Ford Bronco.
White.
Nope.
Got Al Cowling in the passenger seat. Driving slowly down the 405
with OJ hiding in the back on the floor
with a wig on.
With a wig on.
Yeah. And a fake mustache.
Now it's a 1993.
So it's 20 years old. No, it's 30 years old.
30 years old. So it's got some mileage on it. And that old Bronco is a two-door, and it's got that removable cap on the back. 1993. What do you think that something like that?
6,000.
6,000?
11,000.
11,000.
I was going to go 11. I'll go a little bit less. I'll go 9,800.
17,850.
Oh, wow.
It looks clean, but
It has history.
It has history. That's right, and it's probably got 1 million miles on it. It doesn't look like it. It looks like a clean car.
And a glove in the back seat.
Now, for all of you old timers that are probably dead by now, a 1910 McLaughlin Buick. I've never heard of such a thing.
I don't know what a McLaughlin Buick is, but I'll see it in a few moments.
Yes, you will. Matter of fact, I'm going to cover up.
McLaughlin must have been a coach builder for Buick.
There.
Okay.
You see it down there?
Yep.
Looks like a kiddie ride.
like
Very,
that.
It does look like a kiddie ride
From
car.
Cool.
Disney.
Yeah.
1910.
Chitty chitty bang bang.
Because, I know nothing about that
Those
era
old
of
cars.
automobiles. That was the beginning of the automotive industry.
The classic stuff.
Yeah.
Wood wheels.
I like
Wood wheels. And
What'd you guess?
it's pretty looking, but I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole or several of them.
10 grand? I mean, it's history.
It is history, but
I was going to say 12.
I'll go 20.
$25,883.
Wow.
Cool color. Blue.
Blue,
for-
yeah, it is. I know nothing about the car. This is not one of my favorite Ford Thunderbirds. I'm going to tell you that right straight up. A 1964 Ford Thunderbird.
It's the big with the round. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Because we saw one or two at Craig's place not very long ago.
Yeah. A 64 Ford Thunderbird. What do you think that would sell for? It's kind of like got fender skirts on the back.
Yeah.
It's a big car for a two-door car.
And the ones you generally see now,
it has a back seat, doesn't it?
Yeah.
64?
It had a back seat.
You could put a tonneau on it.
a tonneau on it, make it look like a two-door.
Yeah.
But
I think this one's got
or
a back seat.
two-seat.
The ones you see nowadays, the paint's all cracked.
And anyway, 64 Ford Thunderbird, what would you think that would go for?
I'm going to say, I'll just give 10. Just say 10.
I'll say 16.
I was going to go on the high side. How about 20?
$12,600. And I guess the point that I'm trying to make here is the fact that, for the most part, I think that you could find some real bargains and some real things here. But, boy, you have to do some really steep research on it. Make sure that it's all straight. You probably have to send somebody out to inspect the car for you,
that's
or
what I was
fly
gonna
up
say.
there yourself.
I would think you would have to have somebody go take a peek.
Here's
at
one
the
that I
car.
would be interested in: an '85 GMC S15. That's the little truck.
Yeah.
Okay. It's sold for $5,500. It looks clean. Got a aftermarket grill on it, but it looks clean. It would be a
starter car.
Yeah, Kylie car. 81 Land Cruiser that you couldn't put me in jail before I would buy something like this. $45,150, and it's brown.
Does it come with its own wrecker?
No, but its own mechanic is traveling with you while
All
you're.
that root beer.
How about the 2006 AM General Humvee?
No.
Now, this is the real deal military vehicle. Have you ever been in one of those?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
have.
drove them.
Yeah.
Drove them.
It is a beast with that diesel engine in it that sits right here next to you.
Yeah, and that was the 6.5 GM diesel, the Chevy diesel, that had a mechanical fuel pump on it, not the electric. See, when GM sold them through that engine retail in the pickup trucks, it had an electric part of a fuel
But this
pump
one
on
had
it. That had a mechanical because they wanted the mechanical because it was more dependable for the military.
Yep.
We did a show in Orlando with ATD, and one of the wheel companies had one it was black. It had striping on it and everything. It was the Gen 1. It was the military one. It was pretty cool. Sat in the back seat. You needed to, communicate for people all around. It was
almost
it was
had to have a headset on.
Exactly.
It was huge. It's
And
huge.
the lanes are so wide. This thing covered the lane plus. It was really wide.
Well, this 2006 went for $28,875. Good
worth
luck.
every penny of it.
Yeah, but if you
How
could
much?
use it, $28,000.
Wow.
Almost 29.
Let me see that.
Yeah. And the last one here is the BMW 535i from 2011. It's a good-looking car. 2011 BMW 535i. What do you think it sold for? And it's interesting because my eyes went to it when I saw the for sale sign. And
22,000.
I would say 23. Yeah.
$13,650.
Well, that's a steal.
It is. Well, you don't know the condition.
Exactly.
Well, but when you watch some of the Meekum stuff, because I love watching Meekum. Even if it's on and all I have on is closed caption and I'm not listening to them talk, but I can read what they're saying. It's amazing how some of that, what I consider extremely high dollar European stuff, goes super cheap.
Yeah.
Well, they were just in Vegas, a week or so ago.
Right,
I didn't watch any of it.
Well, I will tell you this, and Meekum is coming up here in Houston this late winter, early spring. What is that, March?
Usually March.
Yeah. At any rate, if you're a car person, which you're listening to this show, you clearly are, I would encourage you to go to the Meekum auction. Because the deal with the Meekum auction is what you see on television is when they cross the block. That's pretty much all you see. But all of those cars are sitting inside there for you to go up, poke around, look underneath them. See the actual condition of it. Take a flashlight if you're interested in buying something, so you can actually see.
And in some instances, talk to the owner.
Yeah,
because a lot of
sometimes
those
they're around
owners
there,
are standing around.
Right.
Well, and you also when you enter, and if you are a bidder, you get a book, and you can find out just the preliminary information on
generalities
of the car.
exactly, and then you deep dive from there.
All right. Let's do This Week in Auto History, shall we?
Got it
Are you
queued up.
ready to do that?
Yeah.
This Week in Auto History?
Sure.
Okay. We're ready.
In 1942 this week, the first production Ford bomber B-24 Liberator rolled off the assembly line at Ford's massive Willow Run plant in Ypsilanti, Michigan. 2 years earlier, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt urged isolationist Henry Ford to prepare for the inevitable involvement in war, making the U.S. industry become part of the great arsenal of democracy. And Ford built a bazillion of these B-24 Liberators. And then in 1960, the first International Scout all-terrain vehicle rolled off the assembly line at International Harvester's Fort Wayne assembly plant. The Scout became the best-selling vehicle in international history, enjoying a full 10 years of production before being replaced by the much-improved Scout II in 1971.
And by the way, the Scout's coming back. Go ahead.
Okay. And that was kind of the forerunner to the first-generation Bronco as well.
That's not the Bronco.
No.
In 1979, the last Pacer was produced by American Motors. The bubble-top Pacer was a reasonably popular economy car. I don't know that I'd say that, but I did. Though its Jetson-styled body attracted a flack from car critics and stand-up comedians alike. You know, I remember, who was the guy who did the commercial, the Goldfish commercial about the Pacer?
I have no idea.
Anita Martini,
the actor, yeah.
the former sportscaster here in town, she had one of those things, and I used to make fun of that car.
That was butt ugly.
You leave my car alone. I like my car.
But the one of the creative things about it, the two-door, the driver's side door was like 6 or 8 inches longer than the passenger side door, so it made it easier to get into the back. The oddest thing. In 1984, General Motors announced that it would stop production of diesel engines. At the time, they were Oldsmobile diesel engines. According to GM, the diesel motors get excellent miles and produce plenty of power, but tend to be noisy and produce heavy exhaust. The tightening emission laws drove GM to abandon the diesels altogether. So GM had a full range of diesel engines, mostly V8s. In 1979, it was offered in the Cutlass. Instead of it being a 350 cubic inch, it was a 260 cubic inch diesel. That car didn't have enough power to clear a speed bump unless you got a running start at it. And I was working on them at the time. They were horrible pieces of garbage. And I remember working on them, coming right off the transport truck and knocking. The engine was knocking, hammering, coming off the transport truck. The crankshaft was physically broken in 3 places. And the guy drives it off the transport truck. They parked it right in my stall and said, "You fix it." I'm like, "Oh, Christ." What a mess. And then they came out with a V6 diesel. That's still the 88, which was real popular, and they sold a ton of them. And then in the Cutlass Sierra, they offered a V6, which was an exceptional diesel. Really did a nice job with that. I had one for a company car and got like 40 miles to a gallon in it. But your fingers stunk because you had to put diesel fuel in it. It was, you know. And then Ignacio Lopez resigned in 1996 from General Motors under charges of industrial espionage. And come to think about it, you know, I think he was stealing all of GM's diesel ideas and brought them over to Volkswagen and created all the nightmares of Volkswagen diesels.
Interesting.
But they said he had stolen trade secrets from General Motors when he defected to Volkswagen.
Looks like a spy.
That's This Week in Auto History.
Okay, well, we're not done with you yet. Let's do the cruise-in calendar. You've got exactly a minute and a half.
Riverfront Rally Show and Shine in Port Neches. That's over in Mars's area. Ocean View Classics Meet and Toy Drive on Bayshore Boulevard or Bayshore Drive in LaPorte, Texas, is this afternoon, and it's a cruise in. The entry is free. Asking for car or toy donations. Coastal A's Rod and Car Show on Staples Street in Corpus Christi is this weekend. Again, a toy donation requested. Another toy drive at 2470 FM 1960 West. Again, it's another open meet with a toy drive donation. espresso or octane and espresso at Black Rifle Coffee on Highway 6. And then the Car Culture Toy Drive in River Oaks on Kirby Drive is tomorrow at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. That should be a pretty good one. And then finally, Cars and Cocktails Toy Drive at Sawyer Park Ice House off of Pruitt Road in Spring, Texas is tomorrow from 11 to 3.
Okay. I've had people ask me, hey, man, when's that Tailpipes and Tacos cruise in going to be again? We don't know yet. I'm glad that it's paused, however, because the weather has not been really cooperative here the past few weeks, especially on the weekends.
It's not been predictable.
And not only that, it's about to turn cold.
Yeah.
It's going to turn cold tomorrow.
Yeah.
High tomorrow at 55 with a low, I think, Monday night, Tuesday of 39.
Mm-hmm. Seriously?
Yeah.
Cool.
And here we are today in short sleeves, and it's 77 degrees yesterday afternoon.
It's balmy out there.
It was balmy, yeah.
Next week is locusts.
Locusts, that's it. Hey, we're time now for a quick break, and we'll be right back. You're on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The original group of Lupi Tortilla restaurants will have you telling your family and friends just what the original recipes mean when it comes to the best fajitas in Southeast Texas. Founder Stan Holt invites you to visit the original Lupi Tortilla near I-10 and Highway 6. Here's the original house that inspired the design of all the rest and the original charm that helped make Lupi Tortilla the go-to destination for Houston Tex-Mex. Speaking of original, nothing can compete with the original lime pepper marinade that everyone will agree makes Lupi Tortilla award-winning beef fajitas the best anywhere. Lupi Tortilla Katy is another location that gives you the same quality and service Houstonians have come to expect at Lupi's. It's located just off I-10 and the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard in Katy. Find yourself in Aggieland? Head to the Lupi Tortilla in College Station, located just around the corner from Kyle Field. It's a great place to enjoy those famous frozen margaritas before or after the game. Headed east to Louisiana? Stop in at the Lupi Tortilla in Beaumont. It too's on I-10. You can't miss it. The original group of Lupi Tortilla restaurants invites you in for the best Tex-Mex anywhere. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show is now part of the iHeart family. Now you'll have access to 24/7 Car Talk anytime you need a fix. Just download the iHeart Radio app and ask for In Wheel Time Car Talk, and there we are. Be sure to save us in your iHeart library for instant access. No matter where you are, you have the best Car Talk Show right on your PC, laptop, or mobile device and never have to worry about finding us again. Of course, you can always get access to our video and audio streams via InWheelTime.com and your favorite podcast channel, and all of this is free to you. From the iHeart Radio app, you'll not only hear our Saturday morning live show, but the best shows of the past, updated weekly. Never miss a minute of up-to-date new car reviews, pre-owned reviews, Conrad's Car Clinic, informative interviews, automotive news, and the most fun car talk show on the planet. Just download the iHeart Radio app, search for In Wheel Time Car Talk, save it to your library, and with a tap of the icon, you'll be in touch with your favorite Car Talk team. In Wheel Time Car Talk, streaming now on iHeart.com/InWheelTimeCarTalk. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts.